to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. My name's Amy. There's been a lot going on here in our lives in the Catskills. As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, we have been busy moving my parents down to an assisted living place in Virginia. So we've been clearing out their apartment in New Jersey and packing all their stuff, and it's been a lot. So that's been a lot of what's going on this spring, which I've already covered in an earlier video. And then my husband decided to do a local play. So he's been very busy with that. Those shows just wrapped up, so that's been keeping us busy. He's going to see him and his shows, and he's been very busy with that. So that's been going on. And I've been really busy with school and the end of school, getting all the papers graded and getting exams ready. So that's been keeping me very busy. So I really haven't had a whole lot of free time in the past few months to make long videos. So I thought I would do a long video today. And the reason I'm doing this video is because in clearing out my parents' apartment, I've been finding a lot of things. And one of the things I found is this scrapbook that I'm going to show you. And it reminded me of how we announced back in 2000 that we were having our baby, which is my son Julius, who's now in his 20s. So I thought it would be a fun video to share how we announced that we were pregnant long distance, because my husband and I were living out west when all of our family lives on the East Coast. So we had to figure out a creative way to announce that we were expecting, because we couldn't do it in person, which is the best way to do it, is to do it in person. Well, we couldn't afford to fly 3,000 miles from California to New York and New Jersey to announce face-to-face. So we had to figure out something less expensive, but just as much fun. And so this is what we came up with. So I thought I would make a video for posterity, but for my son. This whole channel really is for my son, hopefully future grandkids, so that they have a record of our lives in the 2020s. But I also thought it might be fun to share for other couples that may be expecting and looking for a fun way to announce that they're expecting a baby. But before we look at this, let's talk about Chipper. Come on. And here he is. Can't make a video without this little face making an appearance. Oh, look at this boy. You get a bonus. A bonus. Come here. All right, hold on. Let me let Scout up. Let me let Scout up so he can jump. Come on. Okay. I got the two boys. I got the two boys here. Say hello. Say hello. My two babies. My two fur babies. Okay. Scout's just chilling. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. The pups have to get down so I can show you the scrapbook. You got to get down, baby. All right. Let me explain. No, Scouty. I know Scout's desperate to come up here. All right, I can have Scouty on me while I explain what we did. All right, can I finish? Scout, can I finish this video? Look at that face. He's so handsome. He's so handsome. Can I finish my video, though? Can you let me? They got a bath yesterday, and they're so clean and happy. You're so clean. All right, a little backstory before I show you this scrapbook. All right, this takes us back to the year 2000. My husband and I had gotten married in 99. We weren't married very long, but we had been engaged for 2 years. We had been dating for 5, going on 6 years, so it wasn't a new relationship. So by the time we got through a 2-year engagement and got married, we were ready for the next stage, which was having kids. I pretty much got pregnant immediately when we were ready to do that. And so we're living in California. I was teaching, my first teaching job, and we found out I was pregnant. We went to the doctor, confirmed the date of the due date and everything, so we knew it was good. Now, I know they tell you shouldn't tell anybody for 3 months. We didn't wait 3 months. I waited 2 months, but I really, really wanted to tell my parents. It was a big secret. It's hard to call your parents and be like, yeah, everything's fine, nothing new, when you're pregnant for the first time and they're going to become grandparents. So that secret was very hard for me to keep. And we did it for 2 months, and after 2 months, we're like, screw it, we're just going to tell everybody. We're not waiting. So yeah, we let the cat out of the bag at 2 months. So anyway, we knew we weren't going to be able to fly home to tell everybody. So we decided to order these big, they're literally like 4 feet tall stork balloons. So I'm going to show you a picture here of what the stork balloon looked like. So it's a balloon that has paper legs so that it looks taller. I mean, it's a big balloon, but then the paper legs make it even taller. So literally it's like 4 feet tall if you were to measure it. So we decided it would be funny to send both our parents out of the blue stork balloons as a way to hint that we were expecting a baby. So let me show you the scrapbook my mom made. Okay. So what we did, and this was delivered on March 17th, 2000. My mom actually saved the balloon in this plastic bag with the card. So the envelope said, guess what? And it was literally the big stork balloon came, as I showed you, and there was a card. It said, guess what? And then this was what was inside. It said, congratulations, grandfather and grandmother. So that was our way of telling my parents that I was pregnant and we were going to have our baby, which became Julius, my son Julius. This is a picture of myself and my husband around the time that we were newlywed. Okay, before I show you more pictures, let me just tell you the story. My mother's story is better than my mother-in-law's story. So remember, we sent these balloons to both sets of parents. So let me tell you my mother's story first. So my father was working back then, so he would go to New York City to work, and my mom would be home, doing housework, whatever she had to do. So my mom's home alone, the doorbell rings, and there's a florist guy, a delivery guy, and he has this 4-foot balloon standing next to him, and he has like a notepad and like the card. And so she's like, so she opens the door and she sees the stork balloon, and she says, you have the wrong house. And he said, no, this is, he named the address, and he said her name, and she's like, yes, that's me, and this is my address, but this is not for me, this is a mistake. And he's like, no, this is where the address I'm supposed to deliver this balloon to. And she's like, no, this is not right. Because she's like, why would I order, who would order a stork balloon? No idea. She never put 2 and 2 together. So she's like, no. She's like, let me see the address you have written down. So she looks, it's her address. She's like, well, somebody made a mistake. They gave you the wrong address. It's probably for the neighbor. He's like, no, definitely is for your address. So after going back and forth, literally for like 5 minutes on this, she finally says to him, I'm not pregnant. So this is not for me. This is wrong. And he says, you may not be pregnant, but maybe somebody you know is pregnant. And right there, she got it. And she was like, oh my God, my daughter just got married. She's pregnant. My daughter's pregnant. Oh my God, I'm going to be grandma. It all came to her all at once. She was screaming. So then she got on the phone, and I'm home. I was home in the afternoon that day. And so the phone rings. I answer it. She's like, are you pregnant? She's just like screaming. I'm like, yes. She's like, oh my God. She was so excited. So she's like, I'm not going to tell your father. I'm just going to let him see the balloon when he comes home. So anyway, the surprise could not have gone better for my mother. Even like the exchange with the delivery person was hilarious. The fact that she's telling him, no, no, it's wrong. And then finally she's like, I'm not pregnant. Of course she's not pregnant. She was like 56 years old. So yeah, we all know you weren't pregnant. So anyway, so when my father comes home much later, now it's dark out. My father comes home. He walks in the kitchen. The balloon is in the kitchen. And immediately he goes, oh, Amy's pregnant. So he got it right away. My mom didn't get it right away. So here's a picture of my father with the balloon after he walked in from work and realized that he's going to be a grandpa. So my mom put together this little scrapbook. There's really not much in it, but it does have the actual, she did save the stork balloon with the card. And then she has a photo here. That's a photo she took when she came to visit me. And that, I have very few pictures of me pregnant. I was in my second trimester there. So that's a picture of me pregnant. Oops, you can't really see it great. That's a picture of me pregnant. And then we have the picture, the picture of the stork balloon, which I showed you. And then she put a few baby pictures of Julius. So this is Julius, his first Christmas. He was about 3 months. And that was a picture we had taken to give everybody. Julius's first Christmas. And we took a picture of him sleeping with my grandmother, my mother, and myself. 4 generations. And that's pretty much it for that scrapbook. But I had to keep the scrapbook because it had the actual stork balloon. Okay, so using that stork balloon for my parents was perfect. It could not have gone better. It was a big surprise. It was funny. They had the balloon there. So my mother had called that afternoon. Remember, I was in California, so it was earlier. So we confirmed the balloon was delivered. She got the call. They were excited. My dad called later. No call from my in-laws. We're waiting for my mother-in-law to call to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're pregnant. Nothing. So we called the florist. We're like, did you deliver the balloon? They're like, yes, it was delivered. They gave us the time. It's hours later. We're like, well, we couldn't understand why they hadn't called. We literally couldn't understand. It's hours since the balloon was delivered. No call from them. No. So finally, now they live in a different state. So it was a different florist that delivered their balloon. I don't know what happened with their balloon. So finally, my husband's like, I'm going to call. I'm going to call them to see if they got the balloon. So he calls. His mom answers the phone. Hi. Oh, hello. And Joe, my husband's like, did you get any deliveries today? She's like, oh yeah, I got a stork balloon. And he's like, okay, do you know why you got the stork balloon? She's like, no. He's like, we sent you the stork balloon. She's like, oh, I didn't know who sent it. I didn't know who it was from. I didn't see a card. And so she didn't know who it was from. She just kept it in the house and just went about her day. So Joe was like, we sent you that stork balloon because Amy's pregnant. And we wanted to tell you that, you're going to have another grandchild. Because at that point, they already had a grandson. And they had a newborn granddaughter. So we were like, trying to tell you from a distance. So now I don't know if the florist that sent their balloon didn't attach the card. I don't know if there was a card. I don't remember if she found a card later. I don't know. But either way, the surprise on my in-laws' side was not as exciting as my parents' side. Because they just didn't get it, and they didn't think to call, and they didn't understand, and they just I don't know. I think they just figured somebody sent us the balloon for the wrong reason and just left it in the corner. So my in-laws' announcement wasn't as much fun as my parents' announcement, but at least for one of the in-laws, they enjoyed the stork balloon announcement, and the other in-laws were told on the phone, Amy's pregnant. So I thought that was a fun way to announce that we were pregnant, long distance, because there was no way in hell we were going to be able to afford to fly. Especially because I was teaching, Joe was working, we didn't have the money to just fly across the country back then. And so that was a fun way to announce I was pregnant long distance with the stork balloon. So that's how we did it, for the record. So if you're looking for a way to announce you're pregnant long distance to your family, that might be something to consider. It's not as much fun as doing it face to face, but sometimes you can't always be face to face to make those types of announcements. So that's what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you're all enjoying your May and the warm weather. The weather here in the Catskills has turned beautiful. The grass is green, the leaves are all coming out, and it's really starting to get beautiful. So it is very nice. I am going to be making another video soon, taking down my Easter decorations and putting up my summer decorations. I'm going to do that probably next week. So I will be hopefully putting out a few more videos in the next few weeks. Happy spring, everybody. See you in the next video.